Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are. My name's Ian Cording. It's my pleasure to be back this week with you and presenting the FM Opportunity presentation on behalf of us here in FM UK. And following our initial opportunity presentation, I'm going to remind us of the 300 plus one of the models that we use for success in this business. Now, I just want to be sure, I can see there's numbers of you out there, I just want to be sure that I am actually getting out to you in terms of you being able to hear me, first and foremost. Okay, I think we might be having one or two issues here. Oh, okay, that's good, that's good. Just bear with me. I'm sure I saw a hand up there. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see. Okay. Yeah, we got an okay and we got an okay. So, as is often the case, there's always that slight degree of nervousness to start off with. And we're never sure whether it's actually coming out via our system or not. So again, my name's Ian Cording, a very, very warm welcome to you. This is the FM Group business presentation. So it is from the UK, so bear with us. Some of the things will be UK related or make reference to UK, but hang on a second, we're getting some questions coming in here already. So let me just see what's going on. Okay, a little confusing. There seems to be hands going up and down like jackrabbits at the moment. Question marks flying through the air with the greatest of ease, suggesting there's questions. But I don't think there's anything particularly untoward on there. So I say if there is something, do try and get to me and hold on tight. As they say, this is live. As ever, it's live. It's very raw on occasions, and that's the beauty of it. It's my pleasure to be back with you after a couple of weeks of being covered by my very good friend Gediminas and my equally good friend and daughter Deanna, who've done some wonderful presentations for people this last few weeks. So the FM Group was founded back in the autumn of 2004, just over 7 years ago. And it's very much a family firm. It's very much a family business, with Arthur and Andre being the two heads, along with, of course, Katarzyna Travinsky. And the international headquarters, they're in Poland, and it's here that everything worldwide happens from. The web hosting, all the design of packaging, etc. is taken care of there at FM Group headquarters. FM Group or FM World or Federica Mahora isn't a perfume company per se. It's actually a strategic partnership with two very key and vitally important parts to that partnership. The first of these partners is Drom Fragrances, Laboratory Drom. They are celebrating 100 years of being in the perfume business this year. 100 years, again, they are a family firm. FIA, don't be fooled by the initials. Bruno Storp founded this company in Munich 100 years ago, and once again there are still members of the Storp family involved with this business. Now, Drom Fragrances, Laboratory Drom, Drom International, they have centres of excellence throughout the world, Brazil, China, France, USA. But the core business is in Munich in Germany, and it's here that perfume compositions are made for many leading brands and leading companies like our own. So they are in very, very good company. They have FM alongside them, and if you care to look up Drom, you will see precisely what I'm talking about. They are a major player in world terms. The other half of the partnership is Perfume. Perfume was founded in 1995 in Zari, again in Poland, and that was Andrzej Travinsky, Mr. Travinsky Senior. And this is a bottling and packaging plant. It was set up, as I say, in 1995, and it's here that all the perfumes, all the fragrances are packaged, bottled and shipped throughout the world. I say throughout the world because since its foundations just 7 years ago, FM Group, FM World is in over 55 countries throughout Europe, Asia, the Americas, Australasia and the African nations. And new offices, new centres of distribution open up on a sort of every few months or so. So, watch the websites of the countries that you may be in. And I see we do have people from outside of the UK again listening this evening. So do keep in touch with what's going on in terms of FM world out there. There are new countries joining the party literally as we speak. So tremendous growth. And the other part of the company growth has been the distributors. Since September 2004, 500,000 distributors have joined FM. And these are people just like you and I from all around the world. And they've joined for two special reasons. One is it's a very simple program. The actual program that you can follow is incredibly simple, and that's great because you don't need to have a degree, you don't have a master's in economics or business studies, and of course we are dealing with the highest of quality products. And think what I'd said a few moments ago about Drom, Laboratory Drom, their pedigree, where they've come from and how long they've been around. At FM Group World, we've developed a range of unique competitively priced products of the highest quality. In the FM Group products they range, there's perfumes and toiletries, we have makeups and cosmetics, home, car care, and more recently pet care products have been introduced in a number of countries across FM world. So a little about the actual perfumes, about FM Federico Moreira Perfumes. Any perfume you see or any perfume that anybody buys in the world, or a perfume product or a fragrance product, fall within the 6 main family groups, and they're in front of you there. There are subcategories within those, but essentially that is the 6 main groups, and everybody who's anybody in the perfume world and the fragrance world produces products within those family groups. What most people don't actually realize is that they are buying a branded product when they buy other than FM Federico Moreira, and invariably that's going to be an eau de parfum at the very best, or an eau de toilette. And these are products that are produced and marketed and sold, but they keep them at this quality because of the very high cost of buying base perfume oil. FM fragrances are somewhat different, and if you look at this image that's coming up in front of you here, you will see where the difference lies. And on the right hand side you will see there's an eau de toilette. It's a light, delicate concentration, and generally speaking it's in the range of 4 to 8% concentration of base perfume oil. The reference to eau de toilette, as I say, is that description. Most will be in the lower order of that, and some can be as little as 3.2, 3.4%. And a lot of people buy these in the belief that they're a perfume. The next product, if you like, on the ladder is eau de parfum, EDP. And again, this is lighter than an actual perfume concentration, and it can be between 8 and 16%. Again, a lot of the so-called market leaders, their products are in the band of 8, very most 12%. So people go along to shops, they go along to stores, they go along to shopping malls, and they believe they're buying perfumes. The bad news is they're not actually buying perfumes, they're buying what is essentially a diluted, inferior product. Parfums, they have the strongest concentration. Generally speaking, they're going to be in the 17 to 20% range. And these are perfumes. To be a perfume, it's got to be in that range at the very least to qualify as a perfume. So when you look at the FM products, and I know many of you tonight that are listening and watching are already well and truly FM distributors. Just seeing a few more joining us. That's really encouraging to see. Will appreciate and will know that our perfumes are precisely that. They're mostly 20% concentrate, but many countries now have hot collections with 26 and 30% concentrate. Admittedly, some of the excuse me, some of the more distant Asian-based countries, because of customs regulations, they don't actually get the benefit of those latter editions, the hot collection. But given these concentration, what does that actually mean? Well, it means that the perfume is going to last longer. Every perfume has three. Sorry, I'm getting messages flashing up here. I'm not sure whether you can see them or not. I have remembered to turn my Skype off tonight. Thank you, Gediminas. What that means is that it's going to actually last a lot longer. Perfumes. Our perfumes have recognizable similarities to other leading brands, as you might expect. We recognize, observe, and we produce products that fall within those main fragrance families, but ours, of course, are far less expensive. So, and it begs the question, when we make that very simple statement, why are they so inexpensive? Because the cost of producing perfumes is pretty much the same for all brands, all leading brands. Well, the differences are we have no famous name endorsements. We don't pay aging rock stars, pop stars, sports stars ridiculous amounts of money to be associated with our quality products. We don't have expensive packaging. Our packaging is the finest quality, but the parent company, FM World, back there in Poland, keeps a very tight grip on these things, and we have extremely good quality, but it's not ultra expensive. And there's no advertising. There's absolutely no advertising in the conventional sense of the word, and advertising is a phenomenal cost that's layered in to products that are highly promoted and highly endorsed. The perfume industry, some interesting facts here, and I never cease to be amazed how many people who, in all honesty, have no interest in perfumes whatsoever. But if you look at some of the names in pop and some of the names in sport and some of the names in fashion design, they affiliate and associate and they have perfume badges of their own. Well, that's the reason why. And you can see the Daily Mail here in London and England. In the spring of 2008, they were saying that the perfume industry at that time was £16 billion a year. And this particular article then went on to say that the liquid in the bottle actually only represents 3% of the total cost of producing it. You know, a staggering fact, with the other remaining 97% going to marketing, packaging and advertising. The projections for 2012, which I think have already been exceeded, the projections in the industry were that it was going to be in excess of £23.25 billion sterling, around about 33.5 billion US dollars. An absolute monster of an industry. And FM Federico Mohora has made some very good inroads into that, but there's an awful lot to go yet. There's a long way to go yet. We talked a little bit, or I talked a little bit about aging, perhaps unkindly, sports stars, pop stars, etc. stars. And if you think about the images you see in front of you, you know, who do you think pays all the millions to endorse these products? Well, of course, you, if you're a consumer and you buy in a conventional way from a conventional retail store, it's you that pays that. It's layered into the cost. You pick up the tab for these people collecting millions and millions in endorsement money. And then consider in the shopping malls, in the shopping precincts, the high streets in your towns and cities, shops that have perfume counters with demonstrators, with staff. They all have to be paid for. And the billions and billions of pounds that's spent on advertising to wash your brain and convince you that these products, which actually don't have the concentration that FM products have, that these products are worthy of your money. So again, if you buy in a conventional way, through the conventional routine, it's you who's actually paying for that. So our products and ranges, let's have a look at this. In the perfumes and toiletries, there's absolutely something for everybody. It doesn't matter whether it's mum, dad, the man, the woman in the household, or the youngsters. There's products for everybody in there. Products vary from time to time, and they do vary slightly depending on which country you're operating from, but there is absolutely something for everybody there. And at this month, particularly within the Christian world, of course, everyone's making offers of gift packs, gift sets, etc. So there's an awful lot going on out there for you, for your customers to enjoy. The perfume, and these are some of the images coming up in front of you. You know, the perfume range. Back from those early days of FM, I wasn't involved then, I have to say, but there was just two slightly different bottle types. Things have come on a long way since then. You know, we have a fabulous presentation, fairly simplistic packaging in many ways, but very, very attractive. So that's some of the perfumes. And of course we have an extensive range of body care products. Again, it doesn't matter who you are in the household, there's something in there for you. The spa range, again, wonderful gifts, particularly this time of year with those in the Christian world, with Christmas coming up, or just the exchange of gifts in the holiday season. Absolutely fantastic products, these spa products. They make up some wonderful gift sets, and they will give an awful lot of pleasure. Shampoos and conditioners, a whole range of them, men's and women's, excellent products, again, riding right alongside everything else that we at FM have to offer. The makeup and cosmetics, ever-growing range, more and more things coming out. The ladies in my household get extremely excited about a lot of this stuff. I don't quite understand, but they are cracking products by all accounts. Based on mineral compounds, organic, natural oils. I'm told that the products moisturize rather than dehydrate, which I think is typical of some competitors' offerings on the marketplace there. We have the FM Home, and of course that's been supplemented with the pet care. So for those little creatures in your house, you know, the cats and the dogs, and even the dogs with the slightly irritant skin, there's something for you now as well. So talk to your animals nicely, you know, do the Dr. Dolittle, and there's something in there for them, for everybody. So we've heard a bit about the FM group and the product range and the perfume industry. Let's have a little look at the business opportunity that goes with them. Because all said and done, those of you who are distributors, who are registered with the FM group at this stage, let's not beat around the bush. You know, we're here for the finance, we're here for the money and what the money will deliver to us, whether that be childcare, holidays, time freedom, all those good things. So let's see how this business opportunity works. I said earlier that we don't advertise. Our advertising is referral and recommendation, and that is the most powerful form of advertising in the world. And conventionally, ordinarily, it's free. So when customers buy our products and they enjoy them, and it doesn't matter which of our product range they enjoy, they're going to tell other people. It really is that simple. And there's that simple word again. And think about you yourself in your everyday life, you know, every week of your existence. And indeed, listen to your children. We all recommend products and services on a weekly basis. But if we sit back and ask ourselves, that restaurant that we recommended to our friends who went there and then took their friends there and their friends took their friends there, do they ever send you a thank you letter and a commission check of some kind for that introduction? Well, the reality is they don't. And again, ask yourself, do you regularly get a check from these people? Well, that doesn't happen. It happens once in a blue one, I would say. But with the unique business plan that FM Group has come up with, that's exactly what happens. Every time someone's recommended to buy a product and they continue to buy those products, we can automatically get a commission paid to us forever by the company. So to conclude this part, we always say there's two types of people in this world. There's those who get paid for recommending, and there's those that don't. Earning with the FM group, there's various ways you can do it. You can introduce the products themselves to others. You can introduce them in the form of retail sales, or you can introduce the business opportunity that goes with it. And you show them it's to do. You show anybody that you engage with, you show them exactly how to do the same, usually helped by your sponsor. Your sponsor is the person who showed you the business. Some people will catch on very quickly. They're very business savvy. They maybe have experience in network marketing in the past. They may have had experience in direct selling. So some people will latch onto the business opportunity very quickly. Others will just be grateful for the fact that you're offering them products at a very advantageous price, and what you're doing is actually saving them money on their monthly household spend. It's something that you can do to part-time or full-time. It's at a time that suits you, but please, please don't treat it as a spare time occupation. We have no spare time. If you look at your day, you'll see that it's filled up with all sorts of things. Many of us work from home, as many just use telephone or internet. It really is what suits you and what suits your personality best. And of course, you can go out and meet people. Every day, unless we happen to be locked in a padded cell somewhere, we go out and we actually meet with people. There is absolutely something for everybody. There's retail sales. And the first port of reference on a retail sales, and I always say this when I do presentations, think of yourself buying for yourself from your own business. That is in effect a retail sale. You've saved money, but it's a retail sale. Someone, yourself, has bought from your business. Then of course you've got family and friends around you and work colleagues. And these are people that you will know what they like. You'll know a little bit about their lifestyle. You'll know a little bit about whether they like to save money or whether they'd like to earn some extra cash. So these are the people that are close to you, and these are where you can actually affect retail sales. Direct selling, many businesses where there's multiple workers on multiple floors will have staff rooms, staff lounges. If you're in that kind of business, you've got an ideal environment to promote and market your products within that. Or you can leave your startup kit, your sample kit, with office receptionists, or talk to people in salons, hair salons, beauty salons. These are the sort of places where the notion, the perfume, rides very comfortably along with what they're doing there. Fundraising, many people these days use the FM opportunity as a way of raising funds. It might be for scout groups or pioneer groups, football clubs, church groups. A split share on some profit, or indeed a nominated person within an organisation acting as a distributor, can actually swell the funds in these cash-strapped organisations. So lots of opportunities there. Perfume or product parties, ever popular, ever popular. Groups of people getting together, having a bit of fun in a light-hearted atmosphere, but experiencing the FM products and the qualities. And in this area, and I can speak on behalf of many of sorry, just a question, just some questions have flown up here, so I just got distracted slightly. I'll deal with questions towards the end if I may. Bear with me on that. Yes, the product parties. And what I found, and a number of people in my team, and indeed many of you will know in the UK and outside the UK, because he has a truly international team, Stephen Bourne. Stephen Bourne, great FM man. A lot, as you'll have seen, of this presentation is based on material that he's produced, but he has the Colour My Perfume system. It works incredibly well. We talk about simple. Well, simple's good for me, and even I can do it. So I'm sure many of you out there who can't or haven't, do have a look at Stephen's website. Do get yourself engaged and locked into the Colour My Perfume for products and perfume parties. It works incredibly well, incredibly well. Retail outlets. You're not precluded from putting perfumes, samples of perfumes into retail outlets. FM doesn't exclude that. It's one of the few, in fact it's probably the only network marketing company I know that allows you to put products into retail outlets. You're not going to put it in the major high street stores, of course you're not. They're not going to be interested. But you can, small independent retailers, quite often you'll find they're very, very happy to take a range and come to some agreement as regards the profit share. So again, continuing the theme of earning with the FM group, network marketing. And I mentioned that term a few moments ago. And don't get alarmed by the term network marketing. Excuse me. In many ways, it's similar to a franchise, but you don't have a large investment. And simply put, network marketing is the act of recommendation and referral. It's a business, as I said earlier, that you can run full-time or part-time from the comfort of your own home. And I say a franchise, for those of you who aren't familiar with franchises, it involves a system. Invariably there's a system, and it doesn't matter if you look at some of the major international franchises, and I will mention McDonald's, they have a system that works, a proven system. And the FM system is no different. You have a franchise in a leather wallet, a ready-built franchise there for a very, very small investment. In fact, my own personal opinion is that the investment is too small, and some people still think, where's the catch? When's the sting going to come? Well, it doesn't work like that. So network marketing, that's where the big opportunity is. And generally speaking, and I know many people do read network marketing, they read business news, they read Kiyosaki, Ed Ludbrook, Big Al, and if you listen to the likes of Richard Branson, who's got many networks, and indeed Donald Trump, those people agree that the essential ingredients for success are a company that's well established, financially secure, and has got a proven track record, but has potential for massive growth. The second area is products must be of the highest quality, low cost, repeat consumables that have mass market appeal. And the third, a pay plan which rewards well for both customer building and for team building. And if you look at point one, go back to one of the earlier comments I made, how well established the company was. It was debt free when it started 7 years ago. You don't get much more secure than that. You haven't got your cap in your hand going to the bank from day one. High quality, low cost, repeatable consumer products. Well, the great thing about our products is they get used. They need repeating. People will buy them. And there is something in the FM range for every household right across the world. There's something for everybody in there. Pay plan, well, we're going to be moving on to that. And again, all I need to say here is that the FM group excels in all those three areas. Conventionally, you have a point of origin of a product, that's the company up in the top left-hand corner, and it goes through a whole food chain before it ends up with the consumer, the customer, who's down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Every step of the way, costs are incurred. Rents, rates, insurances, profits, advertising, staff. If you've got staff, you've got enormous costs. Distribution alone can account for up to 85% of the final price that's actually paid by the consumer, by a customer. With the FM group marketing, it works slightly differently. Point of origin, top left-hand corner, FM. Well, it does go to a national wholesaler or a broker in some senses of the word, because of course we do have FM centres, as we said, over 55 of them now scattered across the world. But from those individual centres of operation, and here we have FM UK based in North London, they supply us as independent distributors, and we in turn sell on to the customer, to the consumer, and we make a retail profit. In marketing the products in this particular way, the independent distributors are able to receive substantial commissions because they're the people that are doing the work. They are producing sales, and they produce sales not just from their own efforts, but from building teams who themselves produce sales. So the marketing plan, it's a three-phase thing. It's how the money arrives, it's where the money comes from. In the first point of reference, as say you take an order from a customer, you've already been buying for yourself, as I've explained, and I will go on to afterwards. You You place those orders with the FM office in whichever country you're based, and then the products delivered to you, you supply them to the customers, and you will earn profit from those sales. Forgive me, there are UK examples. The percentages and the variances are pretty much the same worldwide, but you can see here the classic in the middle there. Here in the UK, we profit £3.79 out of an £11.99 sale. A luxury at £16.99, £5.19 profit. Everything equates, it's around about 32-33%. So that's your first retail profit on top of the savings you've made for those that you've bought and consumed yourself. Excuse me. Always suffer a bit of dryness when I'm talking into a microphone. It's one of those strange things. The Magnolia program, that's the second part of the marketing plan. You're going to see some examples, and these are for demonstration purposes, but they are factual. Income are the results of individual efforts. These aren't inflated. There are people doing a whole lot better than this. There are people that don't do so well as this, and of course those who do nothing do nothing. That's the way life breaks sometimes. Your commission on top of your retail profit is based on the volume of an entire team each month. So as your team grows, so does your commission percentage. So if you have a growing team and you start at a 3% Magnolia level, the entry level is there at 300 points of product sales. But as your team grows and your team volume sales grow, so does your commission. And you can end up with the 21% Golden Magnolia with some little effort. What's a team? It's often a question that gets asked, particularly by new people. Well, think of a team as you introducing 3 people into the business and engaging with them and helping them and getting them moving along the way, and they in turn introducing 3 people. And you can see the way the exponential curve then works, with everybody just introducing 3 people successfully into the FM world, into the FM business, and you've got the potential there, the multiplier effect. And all you did was you actually introduced 3 people. Imagine if you were successful enough to introduce 4, 5 or 6 people and taught and encouraged everybody to do exactly the same. You know, you'll be talking about a major team in a relatively short space of time. Training is given, and this is vitally important. Those of you, goodly number again tonight, goodly number 9 again tonight, training. This is part of your training. Opportunity meetings, whether they're virtual like this on the webinar or being held all across the world, not just the UK, that's part of your training. Remind yourselves of what FM World's about, of what the perfume industry is about, of the products and the range of products. That's part of your training. Individual country websites, there's a whole mass of training out there. You know, check out the websites, FM UK, check out your own national website, or ask your sponsor. Your sponsor, again, that person who introduced you to the business in the first place. There's all sorts of training. We, the group that I work with here in the UK, we have a little training website that we've developed. There's some video clips on there, bits and pieces to help you out. And that's the site there in front of you, www.yesiminterested.net. And you'll receive emails with video clips attached to it to help you along the way. Because the byword in the FM business is that we only become successful by helping other people to become successful. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about everyone helping and joining together. So that said, the third level of the marketing plan is the Orchid Club. The Orchid Club is a fantastic club. It's the best club you'll ever get into in the country. What happens here is that 9% of the value of FM's worldwide points turnover is distributed to Orchid Club members. You don't have to have an international business. It can be just based in your country of domicile. It really doesn't matter. And there's 5 positions: Pearl, Amaranth, Golden, Diamond and Black Diamond. No one's got to Black Diamond yet, but all the other levels have been achieved both here in the UK, where I'm speaking from this evening, and right across the world. The average bonus incomes back in the early part of 2010, and these were across the whole of FM World, were Pearl at $1,500, Amaranths were looking at about £3,500 per month, Again, you'll have to do the conversions to your own currencies if you're not UK based. Golden orchids at 7,000 and diamonds averaging out at 16,000. And when I say averaging out, that means that some of them were doing more than that. There was others who weren't quite on that average, that midway point, but there was others that were doing a great deal more. The black diamond category, yet to be achieved. We still keep saying, I think we say this every month, we keep hearing that someone's going to do it this year, and I think if you think about perhaps the month that you had, and we had an absolute cracking November, you think of November and December, I would be very surprised. The expectancy is that a black diamond's going to be looking at £100,000 per month, about 114,000 euros, a staggering amount of money, but based on them growing successfully a team and engaging with people and networking with people. And don't forget the Magnolia income, of course, from the team building, the 3 to the 21%, and the retail income and the savings that you yourself are actually making. So it's all there. And of course, the Orchid Club members, there's some terms and conditions and bits and pieces you have to qualify for, but you then get the opportunity to take part in the FM's worldwide Mercedes-Benz car program, where FM World will, through your own country, will assist with the funding of the contract hire of a Mercedes, which is commensurate with your position within the Orchid Club. So plus, good news all round. Just have a look at these figures. Back in the autumn of 2004, just back in September, 7 years ago, first quarter, or last quarter of the year, the first quarter of their existence, the company did £750,000 in turnover. And this grew year on year on year. And if you look at that figure in 2007, 32 million and growing. 2008, 55 million and growing. And there's a recession biting deep, not just a recession in the UK, right across Europe, worldwide. But the company's grown and grown and grown and grown. 2009, exif 84 million. 2010, we were talking about £109 million in turnover. And you can imagine what the 9% of the profit from that turnover is going to be year on year on year. Absolutely staggering. And it's all there. It's beckoning you and I. You know, we're no different to each other. It's calling each and every one of us. So why is it so successful? Well, FM is so successful because it's very simple to join. You just order yourself a sample kit or a starter kit. You've got a low qualification cost to earn team commission. You don't have to buy truckloads of products, as is the case in some network marketing company. We're just asking people to replace spending. We're actually saving them money. As I said earlier, we've got the highest of quality consumable products used by everybody. There's no animal testing. Training and support is given throughout. And every country in FM World has ongoing incentives to distributors. These do vary from country to country. If you might have seen, if you have a look, if you've got contacts or links with people in Turkey, do have a look at the incentives that FM Turkey is offering. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Your commission gets paid directly into your bank account. There's that bonus pool, that 9% to the Orchid Club members, the Mercedes car bonuses, offices in 55 countries. It's growing. It's incredibly well established, financially secure company. And as we said earlier, it's something that you can do on a part-time if you've got a comfort blanket of a job or a business that you kind of enjoy or maybe isn't going quite so well. You don't have to throw everything in and leap into FM World. You can do should you wish, but it's something that you can grow and run alongside something you're doing at the moment. Excuse me. In joining, you're going to need to complete a registration form. And to actually grow a team, you're going to have a starter kit. And they do vary, but these are ones that are available typically in the UK. We always advocate with our team people, if they can, go for the big one. It's got everything. It's a startup business in a leather wallet for less than £50 sterling. What a franchise that is. Order products. Now we say order at least 34.42 points to qualify for commission. I encourage people, and I we'll go on to this because the next presentation is going to be the 300 plus one. Do more than that. But that way, if you do that, you get minimum qualification for commission. Step 4, make sure you know, and this may sound a strange thing to say, but make sure you know and you communicate with your sponsor and your upline support. These are the people, the sponsor is the person who actually introduced you to the business in the first place. Make sure you know who they are, communicate with them regularly, attend meetings and trainings and webinars, anything and everything you can. Immerse yourself in it. Your business will grow. It's long been proven in network marketing, and particularly with the FM group, those who attend and learn and grow themselves are the most successful. Commit to an action plan with your sponsor. Now, just going to slide back there. Various countries, and indeed the UK, have different action plans. Talk to your sponsor about it. Some people favour the thing called the 90-day plan, where the sponsor and the new distributor sit down and they make a commitment, one to each other, as to what they're going to achieve within the first 3 months, within the first 90 days. One of the other action plans, and I'm going to talk about it when this little part's finished, is the 300 plus 1 program. So commit to an action plan, but commit to something. Just make that commitment to yourself. Not to me, not necessarily to your great auntie. Make a commitment to yourself to actually do something. Plan and take an action. That way you will be successful. What is important for you to know is that you don't, as I said earlier, you don't need a degree. You don't need a master's in business studies or economics. All you need is the willingness to learn a few basics, be teachable, and have the ability to take some action. And it really is that simple. Well, I say it's simple, so does it really work? It's all very well to sit here and say all these fine words. Does it really work? Well, in the time that the FM group's been in the UK, it has changed lives. We've got over 120 people. In fact, I think it's over 150 people now have reached 21% Golden Magnolia, some of them in a very, very short space of time. There's hundreds and hundreds of others who are climbing up those steps from 3% to the 21%. At the end of November of this year, we got 1 diamond orchid in the UK. We've got 5 goldens, 5 amaranths, 28 pearls, and it's growing. It's growing month on month on month. So does it really work? Well, yes, it does. And those of you who are UK based and do engage with it will know that. Just check out the website regularly, make sure you know what's going on,